Hi everyone, this is a quick video to go over some of the notation that you will see in pandemic time. Let's take a look. So first of all, at the very beginning, you're going to see some of these dashed lines between syllables. What I would like to happen here is a gradual morph from the sustain that you're on to the sound that you're going to, and it should take place over the duration of the line. So for example, the first group that has this is the altos here in measure 2. So what I want is for the altos to sustain for the first measure, and then over the duration of the second measure, gradually shift to ah, so that you arrive at ah at the downbeat of measure 3. So that's going to continue that way. Those arrows, those dashed arrows, are always going to represent a gradual change. You'll see a similar notation occur later in the piece. Toward the end of the piece, you will see these lines, these little arrows between and ah. Those are gradual changes, but unlike before, each individual should choose whether or how regularly to do these. They should be relatively slow, but you should try to not be with other people in your section that you can hear. So try to do these independently, so it'll kind of be this bubbling aleatoric thing that happens on a single note, but the vowel constantly kind of morphing and shifting underneath it. So those are the kind of morphing notations that are there. Another aleatoric notation that you'll see, just to briefly go back to the first page, is when you see something that looks like this, where you've got a black bar and then a bracketed thing like this. This happens in several sections in succession here. So what I want to happen is for this sound to sustain, and then anytime during a whole note to switch from ah to the word time on the next note. So each person is going to do this individually, independently of the people around them. So there should be kind of this cloud time dilation thing that happens where everybody kind of gradually, we hear shifting from the D sustaining syllable to the word time on an E over these couple of measures here. Okay, so that's what's going on there. One thing I realize as I'm going through this that I neglected to put in the performance notes, this notation here, where you've got a hairpin that goes down to a little circle, that's diminuendo al niente. So take that all the way to nothing, like an old school rock fade out. The rest of this, I think you should be able to get through. Oh, the other thing that I'll point out is the glissando, these slides that are here. They should last as long as the last note that you have on them. So for example, the first ones occur here. So this slide should take place over this quarter note. So you should leave the E beginning on beat 2 and arrive on the D beginning on beat 3. Similarly, a couple of measures later, you should leave the E flat on beat 3 and arrive on the D on the downbeat of the next measure. Okay, so those should take approximately that amount of rhythmic time, and when you arrive, it should be more or less on a beat there. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I know most of you probably know how to get in touch with me. My email address, or one of my email addresses, I think is actually, it's at the bottom of the first page of the score. So feel free to send me a note if you have any questions or thoughts. And I look forward to working with you on the piece.